Hi, this is Renee. Welcome to my page. Today I'm going to be doing some inking and chalking of an SVG file from Little Scraps of Heaven called School Time Penguins. And I got everything separated out so we can go ahead and get started. There's a lot of colors, so we change in colors a lot. So I think we'll start off with the blue. I think I'm going to try these in juniper blue, and I haven't used this yet. That's from Catherine Fuller. And I'm hoping that it's not juniper mist, and I hope it's not too close to the same color as the color of the penguins. Looks pretty dark. I know penguins are usually black and white, but she had these in this blue color and they look really cute. I'm going to take some of this off. So I got the edge of it nice and dark, and I'm just going to go on the top and try and just add a little bit of color on the top of the paper piece. I'm kind of perpendicular to the paper piece with my sponge dauber. I'm just giving it a little bit more color. I'll just use that. And again, I'm going to go on the edge and get it nice and dark. Have you guys ever had one of those days that you wish you could just start it back over? I have had, hopefully it's over, but one of those days. And I just wish I could start it over and do things a little differently than how they have turned out. When I pulled these into Sure Cuts a Lot, I did not adjust the size, so these penguin heads are about 2.5 inches wide by about 2.25 inches in height. And so I did not adjust the size. get the sides fairly dark. And then just, let's see, about a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. Come in and then flick your dauber back out. You want to probably want your dauber to be a little bit on the dry side, because if it's too wet, then it'll be too inky, and it won't give you the type of kind of just highlighted or feathered blending, you know, that you're kind of looking for. Sleeves here. And make sure you turn your dauber around because you have ink on the other side of it as well. Hope everybody is having a great Saturday. We had storms early this morning, but the day itself turned out to be really a nice day. Took our dog for a walk at about 6 o'clock, and it was a little chilly then, but he's a Doberman. Sometimes that's the best time to walk him, when there's not anybody around, because we like to go to the outdoor mall to walk him. This is a nice flat surface for me. And so we like to try and do it when there's not any other people around, just because he is a Doberman. So he's a really sweet Doberman. He doesn't even pay attention to other people. Just pays attention to rabbits and ducks that are there at Shadow Lake. I'll do this. This is one of the arms. And I'll do the same thing, but of course I'm not going to go as far in. I'm just going to go a little bit into the edge on both sides. and down at the bottom. And this one is another arm. Oops. And I should probably just stick to trying to put together one penguin. Otherwise, this video will be over an hour. So we'll get all the penguin pieces inked, and then we'll just pick one of the these are their little eyes. I'll be making a scrapbook page out of this one as well, because I have someone that's interested in a scrapbook page of these penguins. And these are their hands. And sometimes if they're small enough, you can, if you just kind of angle your bobber a little bit, you can get some ink on the upward on the edge already. This one's a little dark. So I did kind of like that blue, that juniper mist. So maybe we'll just do the penguin that's sitting on top of the apple. Pull out the issue. Here he is. So we'll do the apple and cranberry fizz. I like to get the edge of this fairly dark. And it doesn't really look like you're doing anything until you set it down, and then that's when you can actually see the edges, you know, and that you have some extra color in there. And this is just to do the stem of the apple. These leaves I'm going to use to deck the halls. My hands get really inky. And when you have your darker cardstock, you know, you'll really want to get your edge really, really dark so that you can see it. And And if you're new to the channel, these little containers, I this in Tutti Frutti. Okay. These little containers you can get at Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and they come in these containers. And your little sponge dauber fits perfect inside of them, and I just label them with the color that I use them for. So I have one for every color of Catherine Puller ink that I have, and then for some of my Stampin' Up! Inks. The nice thing with them is that they keep your inks a little bit more moist, and they don't dry out quite so fast. And plus the daubers, they last a lot longer because you're using them only for certain colors. I'm going to just wipe my hands really quick here. Sorry about that, but okay. I'm going to use art glitter glue. And he is kind of sitting at an angle. I'll go there to glue them down. And I didn't outline the white with anything since it's going to be against a dark background. And I could have outlined the eyes in a color like pale blue. Which maybe I should. We'll just do it in this tranquil blue. I even need that. Okay. And these are his eyes. Let's put his black eyes on first. And they have that go right in the middle. Okay. really easy to put together. And I inked that one on the wrong side. And I do that sometimes. It seems like I ink them on the wrong side. So I inked it on the non-textured side. Okay. Okay, and that's his nose, and then we'll put his little feet on. And this little foot goes. There. They didn't have a hand laying up on his tummy, but I think he looks better with a little handle on his should have. And there's not really any eyelashes to do with the eyelids on there. Can put some little whites in his eyes. Maybe just put a tiny bit of blush on his cheeks. And there's the little penguin, one of the little penguins. This is the one that's sitting on the apple. And there's like 5 of them. And this is only one. Let me see how. We're only at 41 minutes, so we could probably do one more real quick. And let's see. We'll do the little penguin that's sitting on this piece of ice. So the only things that I have to ink will be the ice, and we'll use Tranquil to do that. Ink on the middle of it. I do the little cap that he wears in Ginger. And as I've said in previous videos, that these are Catherine Puller inks, and they're not archival inks. They're just premium dye inks. So they will fade over time. If you want to use archival inks, Ranger or Tim Holtz has a line of archival inks. I choose to use Catherine Puller because I like all the colors that she has. You know, and it'll be years before they fade, and I'll be long gone by the time they fade. And I really doubt that my kids are gonna care, you know, if the little dunce hat here is not got any brown around it anymore. You know, they're gonna be looking at the page and not at the inking on it. So I guess I do need these So that's why, you know, I stick with, I like Catherine Puller inks because they come in a lot of vibrant colors, and I like all the choices that you have, and no, I didn't always use Catherine Puller inks. I used to use Stampin' Up! Inks, and I still do, but I tried Catherine Puller inks. I tried a couple of them, and I liked them, and so, you know, I'm slowly growing my, my collection of her inks. Well, her mini inks. I only been collecting the mini inks and the refillers. Probably goes on the top. A piece of Mowgli here. Okay. I'm going to have to try to get that ink off with, I'll do that off camera. I think I put the eyes a little further apart than I did on the other little guy. Okay. Put it back over there. I got one eye higher than the other. Just have to pretend you don't see that. here is the little penguin that's sitting on the little piece of ice cube. And here's the little one on the apple. And I hope you like them. And if you do, please consider hitting that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And I just want to thank everybody. And I will be back probably in a couple days with the finished file to set it up for making the scrapbook pages. So everybody have a great day. Thanks. Bye.